Here we are, episode number 47, and I know I got this right, so I'm not going to get yelled at this time. Monster Motivator live. Thank you guys for tuning in. To tell you that I am pumped about this episode is a complete understatement. Look at this. These are 3 championship boxing belts. I've been a boxing fan, an MMA fan forever. So much that my boy Tua, which you guys know my pit bull, is named after my favorite boxer of all time, David Tua Man Tua. Love that guy. So I am so excited. And I know Sandy, I'm going to introduce you to Sandy in a second, but Sandy, can I pick this belt up and hold it? Huh? Is it all right?
Yeah.
I had to ask her, but look at this. Huh? I am so in my glory here that I am so pumped for this, but, you know, more importantly, I am really pumped about her story, about what she's going to be able to bring today. This is going to be so full of value that it's going to come out of your ears. So let's get this party started. So Sandy Flores, 19 years old, 3-time boxing champ, right?
Yes.
She's looking to be a pro within a year to 2 years, and we might even cut that down. I got to figure out how we're going to cut that number down. We're going to get her a pro a lot quicker, right? Boxing for Christ. Now her mom, Sonia, right, it runs, and she's over here on the side. She's not in front of the camera today, but she runs Boxing for Christ in Hemet.
In San Jacinto.
San Jacinto, right? And Sandy grew up with this, would you say?
Yes. Okay.
And but it didn't start out all that smooth, kind of like my story,
yeah.
Right? And that's real world, real life, and you know it's real, it's rolling, it's live. But if you listen, she's only 19 years old, but she's going to have so much wisdom to be able to share with you because she lived a real life. So that's what I'm excited about. So Sandy, introduce yourself. Tell everyone who you are, where you're from, and then we're going to jump into this.
All right, so I'm Sandy. I'm from San Diego. I'm 19 years old. I've been boxing since I was 10. I played every sport you could imagine, baseball, softball, soccer, everything. I even tried bowling.
All right.
And I didn't even like it. My dad, he finally seen me. I finally told him, you know what, it's something I really want to do. And I explained to him, you know, I've been trying so hard to tell you. So he finally let me. He accepted. He said, you know what, you're my baby, but I'm going to let you box and I'm going to let you do this. So seeing him, that's how me and him were communicated in that way.
Was he a boxer?
No, he wasn't a boxer, but since my brother was, he was always training my brother.
He was in
always
that
around.
world.
Yeah, he was always around it. So
Okay.
he knew a lot of stuff. To this day, I mean, he teaches me so much stuff that I still to this day don't even know. So I like it in a way that's mine and his bonding time, basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you've been an athlete your whole life.
Yes.
Right? And we're going to have a lot in common, believe it or not, right? I'm a kid from Jersey. Who would ever think, right? But we're going to have a lot in common, and that's just a little bit of what I know about you. So where did so you grew up in San Diego. When did you leave San Diego? When did you come up here?
I left San Diego when I was probably about like 9, 10, and we moved to Fontana.
Okay, and then Fontana
yes. from Hemet, and I was maybe like about 13, 12.
By the time you got here?
Yes.
Okay, up in Hemet area. So in essence, you really grew up mainly in Hemet?
Yes.
Because you're 12 years old,
yeah.
Just a kid. Did you always love to be an athlete?
I always liked boxing. I didn't really like to do other sports.
So boxing was there,
yeah.
huh?
I played other sports in high school, but my main focus was boxing.
Okay, I get that because I did Little League, right? And I did the other stuff, and it never really, even football, but the team sports weren't nearly as, I wrestled since 4th grade, right? I love the one-on-one because if I lost, it was on me,
yeah.
Right? If I won, it was on me.
Yeah.
So I love that feeling. I get it. So bring us back a little bit. I know that you had a little bit of a rough window of time, right? So how did you grow up? How was your childhood?
My childhood was pretty good.
Yeah.
I started when my mom opened up the gym when I was about 15 years old.
Okay.
So from there on, I didn't really get to go out. It was mostly about school, training.
So it was regimented.
Yeah. So
right.
Just those two. That's it. I couldn't go out. Every time my mom would be like, "No, you got to train. You got a fight coming up."
How did you feel about that?
I was always mad about it. So I was always like, you know what? She's like, you never let me do nothing. Like I can't go nowhere. But it grew me to realize that your parents push you for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
They see a talent in you, so they're pushing you not just for you to fail. They're pushing you so you can have a better future in life.
Right, and it's love.
Yeah,
it's
and
coming
love.
from
it's
love.
love, but you see it as hate because you're
Yeah.
like, they don't let me do this.
Right.
But then you're like, you know what? At the end of the day, they're looking out for my best interest.
And you couldn't define it then, but you could probably
Yeah.
define it now that it also builds your character, right?
Yeah.
Because she's making you commit to what you said you were going to do instead of, and to me, you know, obviously everyone that does follow me knows that it's real, it's raw, and it's live, because I believe that's really, if you love someone, if you care about someone, it's got to be the truth. It's got to be honest. Because if she let you get away with not doing it, right, then you question how deep is that love. That's where I come from. So now you're training every day.
Yes.
Every day?
Monday through Friday.
How long you?
From 3 p.m. until 8.
Wow.
Yes.
That a girl.
So I would train, and then after that, I would train the kids.
Okay. So, and this was always boxing for Christ,
Yes.
right?
Boxing.
Okay. So this is where you started. This is
Well,
where you
I started was at it was actually Hemet Powell and Hemet.
Okay.
But then they had after that I didn't really like I was in it, but not really because my brother was 18 and they didn't allow kids that were 18 and up in the program.
Okay.
So my dad started off in the garage in our
Oh,
garage.
good.
So he would start off with me, my brother, and then my brother's friend, and then so from there it kind of all grew to my mom ended up opening a gym to everybody just coming there and everybody just coming together there.
So you really grew up sparring with boys,
Yes.
right? Because
That's
who else are you
basically
gonna?
all as far as guys.
You had no other choice,
Yeah.
right? So that brought your game up, right?
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I know you had a little bit of a rough window.
Mm-hmm.
So how old were you and what happened?
Well, I was 17 years old. I graduated school early, almost a whole year early.
How? What happened?
I ended up going to continuation school. I got behind in high school, so I ended up
Okay.
going to continuation school. And my brother graduated a year early, my older brother, so I was like, you know what, I want to be like him, graduate a year early. I'm done with school.
Right.
So and I ended up doing it, having a job, and going to boxing. So I used to work
at 17,
Yes.
you had a job,
Yes.
you were going to school, and you were boxing.
Yes.
Did you hear that? At 17, right? She had a job, she was boxing a few hours a day,
Yes.
right? And going to school. See, and a little bit that I know that I share, I go back to her mom, right? Because she created that foundation, right? I mean, I love that. I love that because it's that work ethic, right? Lace up the boots and get to work. And that's really who you are because of your mom and also because of who you are. That's in your DNA. So once you graduated high school, then what?
Then I just graduated high school and I left the house and I just went crazy.
For how long?
For at least till I turned 18. And when I turned 18,
So about a year?
Yeah, I just, party, to me it was all fun, but then it was all, at the end of the day I looked at it as, these aren't really my friends. They're just wanting to party. They don't want to be there for boxing, they don't want to be there for nothing else.
There's nothing behind it.
Yeah, there's nothing behind it. So I went back home, and after my 18th birthday, I fought the Desert Showdown.
Okay.
And I won, and this is actually where I won this one.
Okay.
So I won the first one by knockout, and the second one I gave the girl a concussion.
Atta girl, look at you.
So I came home with this belt, and after that, I went home again, crazy. I left, I ended up moving out, I had a roommate, and
So let's do this. So where was the first time, right? What were you thinking? Like, what was going through your head? You felt like you were missing something?
Yeah, I felt like I just needed to go out there and experience for myself, not being at home, just tired of always dedicating myself. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, so after that, I ended up realizing that my friends, that I thought were my friends, weren't really my friends. So after I won this, I was like, you know what? I deserve just to go out. And when I did that, I ended up going too much out.
Right.
And to this one situation where at my house, I ended up getting stabbed on my hand.
Okay.
And ended up fighting some girl where she walked out my house all bloody and everything, and the cops came and I had to go to the hospital because my hand was off. But after that, I realized that opened my eyes, and I just realized, now I know my mom, like, not everybody's your real friend. You really got to be careful in who you hang out with and everything. So from there, I just learned safer to be at home and just focus on my dream.
So that was your aha moment?
Yeah,
that
was my wake-up moment.
Right, that was your wake-up moment. How long the second time were you out doing your thing?
From, last year in November till maybe like March of this year.
Okay, so you just really kind of
Yeah.
got back.
Yeah, I just got
You got back into the swing of things. When you were doing that, right? Did you miss boxing? How were you thinking? What were you feeling?
I missed boxing, but at the same time, I was like, I know if I come back, this time I have to dedicate it stronger
Right.
than ever because I can't keep going
It's
back
on.
and forth, back and forth.
Right.
So this time I kind of just, had to talk to myself, and I just really talked to myself and basically said, this is what I really want.
Okay.
So this
Okay.
is really what I really want. So my focus is now just stay home, focus on college, and focus on boxing.
So you're going to college?
Yes, I go to the MMTV.
Okay. Awesome. So it's really, again, you guys hear me say this all the time. It's the same recipe, different ingredients. She had an aha moment. She had a time in her life that woke her up. But here's the most important part about this: is she always had that decision, right? She could have stayed in that bad environment, right? You could have stayed there, or you could have made that decision and say, listen, this ain't for me. This is not me. Let me move on. I experienced it. I got it out of my system, and let me move on. And I got a feeling too, tell me if I'm right with this, is there's not gonna, your mom's pretty much gonna say, listen, you can't keep doing this. You're either gonna make a decision or you're not. Was that accurate? Yeah. Right? So that's kind of probably what prolonged it a little bit from coming back, because you're like, this, it's line in the sand, right? Yeah. And I believe the tough love doesn't even happen nearly as much as it should, because that is true love, right? That's true love, because enabling somebody just prolongs the nonsense, in my opinion. So how are you feeling now?
Now I feel better. Now I'm actually going back from school.
Okay.
Actually, Mondays and Wednesdays I get off of school at 5, so I take the bus, get over there maybe like at 6, almost 6:30.
At night?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I go to the gym, straight to the gym. I get dropped off at the gym, work out until 8.
So give us, give us your weekly schedule. I want tell me what you do. What time do you get up in the morning?
Mondays I get up at 7 in the morning.
Okay.
I catch the bus at 9.
Okay.
And I go to school, which takes an hour. So I get to school at 10. My class is at 10:30.
So all day?
Yes, all day until 5.
And that's just Monday?
Yes, that's just Monday. 5.
And then
I go home, go to the gym, go home, do my homework, shower, and go to sleep.
what time are you usually in bed?
Maybe like 9:30, 10.
Okay, what time do you get to the gym?
6:36.
Okay, so you're still about 2 to 3 hours of training,
Yes.
right? Mondays. What about Tuesday?
Tuesdays I train from 3 to 8 because I go to school I wake up at 6 and I have to catch the bus at 7
Okay.
to get to school, and I have my first class at 9.
And then you're in the gym when?
I'm in the gym. I'm back in town by 12.
Okay, so you have...
Yes, so I'm on Tuesdays is all day.
So the days that you're there all day,
It's
right?
basically Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay, and then you're also training kids. Like you actually train kids,
Yes.
right? So it's not just your training.
Yes, it's not just me.
Okay, so you hold the mitts, you do all
Yes,
all the work.
I help the kids exercise. I take them out to a run.
Okay. So and that's keeping you in that good,
Yeah, it's just keeping
positive
me.
world, right? How so now the rest of the week. Now, what about the weekends for you? What do you do?
The weekends I just relax at home.
Okay, so no training.
No training.
No training the kids.
Sometimes on Saturdays we do go for a morning run.
Okay, is the gym open on the weekends?
No.
Okay, so you're off.
Yes.
Okay.
The only thing is, since we have a fighting group at the gym,
Yeah.
sometimes they are required for Saturdays to go running.
Okay, depends on
Yes, it
the
depends
situation. Okay, let me ask you this: how much do you enjoy working with the kids?
I enjoy it a lot.
You do?
Only because I enjoy boxing.
Okay.
So to me, teaching someone, it's not really of me like forcing me to teach
It's
someone.
your passion.
It's me liking to teach someone. So if you ask me to teach and you ask me to help you work out, I'm gonna do it.
Right.
But I want you to tell me if this is you really want to train or do you just come to mess around.
See, and that's what I love, because don't waste my time, and I'm not going to waste your time.
Yes.
You want it or you don't. Now, the kids that have you seen like a transition in some of these kids that when they first come in versus being
Yes.
there for a while? What have you seen?
I actually seen from kids going in there really shy to them opening up and like, opening up as in them coming in like, oh, hi, like.
So you're building your self-image.
Yeah, so they're building their self-esteem up.
Yes.
And not only that, what I like about our gym is that everybody that goes in there is like family. Everybody that goes in there some of them go to the same school.
Right.
So if they see somebody getting picked on, they're like, hey, don't pick on them, you know, you're going to have to, all
It's
of
part
us
of our
go,
crew. Yeah.
we all go to the same boxing gym where we have had a situation like that happen.
Yeah.
where now he's just like, everybody just comes together at the gym as one family.
And see, and I always say that the greatest gift that a parent or an adult or a coach or whatever that is can give a kid, out of everything in this world, the greatest gift you can give a kid is a strong self-image, strong self-esteem, because you're teaching that kid how to fish instead of fishing for them, right? And to me, that's the ultimate gift that you're actually giving on a daily basis. And I know that there's some kids that come in just want to mess around, and then there's some kids that say, I'm not sure about this, but then they start to blossom, right? Have you noticed the other side where a kid might come in real cocky and might be the bully and then kind of gets put in place?
Yeah, we actually have had a lot of those.
See, that's I love that story.
A lot of guys, some girls too, a lot of them come in here saying, you know what, I'm a fighter, I fight in school, I fight now, I fought in school, but I'm not the best in boxing. Boxing is different. You have to use technique in boxing. It's not all about swinging wild, pulling hair.
It's a different world.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't get that. So what they do is they're like, okay, you want to act cocky? Well, you're going to train for 2 weeks, and then after that, we'll put you with somebody that had the same amount of experience as you, came at the same time, and they put them in, and you'll realize the one that wasn't cocky would end up being the one that would win, because they go in there training, and they go in there actually going in there and actually trying to train hard.
Okay, so they're doing it for a different reason.
Yeah,
right?
they're doing it for a different reason instead of the other one going in there like, oh, I don't really have to train because I'm already good. I already fight.
Right, and they have no idea.
Yeah, so
really.
you'll see the two different attitudes between the kids.
And then the ones that you have to kind of get checked, right?
They change now.
They start to change.
They change because they're like, okay, you know what, it is harder.
Yeah.
So then they start working out themselves harder, and then they become good.
And see, make no mistake, these kids, right, they're still building their self-image. They're changing their mindset, because a bully, right, whether it's a fear barrier or a person, is scared to death. A bully is so scared inside that you're going to find out that they're scared. That's why they pump their chest out. They pick on kids or people that are smaller and younger and that they can dominate, because their fear is so strong inside, and you're able to actually change that. I mean, that's just so awesome, and I'm not surprised, because I'm a big athlete. The gym is my therapy, so I understand. I get it. You know, wrestling from 4th grade on, probably I was still in a ton of trouble, but it saved me quite a bit. Anything else that you see with these kids that you want to be able to share?
What I just want to tell everybody is never give up on your dream.
Okay.
There's always if your mom and dad push you, it's for a reason.
Okay.
Don't ever just get mad and be like, you know what, take
or,
it the other
or
way.
Or if a coach pushes you,
yeah, if a coach pushes you, that's what I had to learn myself too, because I didn't know. I would always get frustrated and be like, you know what, I'm done.
Right.
Because I would get frustrated, but then I seen it and it's like, they're pushing me to be better, to do it better, not just for a reason, not just because I'm doing it wrong, but they're doing it so I can do it and I can advance more.
So really, it's be humble.
It's being humble. Yeah.
Be humble.
You just have to when you hear an opinion, don't get mad about it.
Right.
Take it in.
Right, because you don't know.
Yeah.
Right. You're learning. So be humble. Be coachable. And the ones that aren't, especially in this sport, get put in their place really quick. Sonia, is there anybody? Are you able to see if anybody clicked on?
You know what? I don't know how.
Oh, it's not coming up? Because we were, I know, let me check this, guys. I know we had some people jump on. I just want to acknowledge them. Hold on 1 second. Hang in there with me. Let's see here.
Andy, did you
Here we go.
you're the one that they put in the ring with? From the cocky
Oh yeah. When it's the cocky guys.
So what
it's mostly
happened?
me. When it's the cocky guys, it's mostly me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell them, what is it? What do they do?
With the guys, they go in there and they're like, okay, well, we're sparring with the girls, so they're like, I got this. And then when we end up sparring, they're like, oh, like, you hit hard. And I'm like, well, I told you guys, like, but you guys want to come in here, so I'm not going to tell you, like, I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to let you guys figure that out by yourselves.
So you check them. I love that.
But what's funny is all the guys from the gym, they're like, I told you. They're like, you didn't tell me nothing. They're like, well, why did you find out for yourself? So all the guys that go in there, and then they're like, they don't say nothing until the end. They're like, well, those are mostly all her belts. They're like, dang.
Right?
Yeah, I should have known.
That's so worth putting on film. I'd love to see that. So George Elias jumped in. G, he's my video guy. What up, G? I've yet to meet a bully that can handle being called out. Absolutely, 100%, right? Because they're so afraid inside, and that's why I tie in fear barrier. I help people get through their fear barriers, right? And a fear barrier is just an obstacle inside your head once you step up, how do you stop a bully? What do you do? You step up.
Yeah, you just have to, the way, well, yeah.
I mean, let's be real, right? Because the politically correct answer doesn't work in life, right? You have to step up in order to get your lunch money back, or else they're going to keep taking your lunch money. Is that real?
Yeah.
That's real, right? I know you didn't want to. You're like, man, I don't know if I should say this. I told you this is real, raw, and live, and that's what we do. We keep it real. Terry Williamson, that's my girl. Hi, made it. Didn't want to miss this one. Awesome. You want to connect with her? We're connected on Facebook, right?
No, I can.
All right, we will. We'll get connected on Facebook. You guys reach out, and if you have any questions about your kids, about sports, about the difference that it's making or could make in her life, reach out. Sandy will definitely be there, and Sonia will jump on as well. Once we reshare this, as you guys know, they're going to be able to interact, and we'll make sure we connect. You got George's attention here. He's jumping in 3 or 4 times. MSJC Eagles.
Yes.
All right. All right. I really get along really well. You guys will get along really well. I know you're going to eventually meet him because he does a lot of my videos. Me either. I'm all about MMA and boxing. LJ Whittier, great girl. So you're bringing the heat. You're bringing the heat, girl. So now, what have you seen as far as the actual club? Has it grown? Has it made a difference in the community? Now, I know all these answers, but I want to really get your perspective on it, right? Your take. What have you seen? Because were you from the very beginning?
A troubled child.
Yeah.
But when it started,
Yes.
right? So you saw the club from day one,
Yes.
right? Okay. So share that.
I think the gym has grown as in more people has been coming, and not only that, I think we're more of a set gym. Now we have a location where we used to have so much kids, and then as we're moving, we still have much more. As now we have 200 and something students signed up.
Wow.
And the thing I think that had changed the kids is the discipline.
Okay.
Is that once you realize that you want to get into the fighting group, because the fighting group travels everywhere.
Okay.
Like
Talk about that. What is the fighting group for the people who don't know?
The fighting group is kids that actually go every day, actually go non-stop, they actually go show that they want it, they actually show that they really want to fight, they're dedicated, they listen at home, they do their homework. They're not just disciplined at the gym, they're disciplined at home, at school, everywhere.
Okay.
My mom does make sure, she does go to the school, she does make sure.
I love it.
Yeah, she does go to the school, she does
That's
make
right.
sure that you do go to school, that she even checks up at your house.
So if they don't, they can't be part of the team.
They can be still part of the fighting group, they just won't go to compete.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
they get, as in they don't listen to their mom, alright, that knocks down one fight, so you're not going to
Really?
this show. Yes.
I love it.
It's always about the gym. Our gym was more of a disciplined gym.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of, you want it, show us.
And see what I love about that is, again, life is so simple, just not always easy. Mm-hmm. Here's the deal. You're making them understand that life is about consequences, right? Because at the end of the day, once you become an adult, life don't care. Life don't care how you were brought up. Life don't care how much your parents love you. Life doesn't care how hard it's been. Life says, welcome aboard. You're either coming aboard or we're leaving you behind. Anthony Steele, that's my boy, Big A. He says, boom. And Ashley Yepes said, hello, Sandy. You know? Okay. All right. So she said, hello, Sandy. So, you guys are making a huge impact in the community. And I don't know if I'm able to say this about the reality show. They're going to be doing some test pilots at the reality show. I'll make sure my big butt is there to support, and I am so excited. And then it adds to me because I'm such a big boxing fan. So I know you have a goal to be a pro within 2 years. We're going to knock that down, right?
Yeah.
When do you start training again?
I started training again Monday.
Okay, but you have tonsillitis, so you have to get...
I can still train, it's just I can't fight or I can't do anything because of my tonsils.
Okay.
So I have to wait, but I can still training.
But the first of the year is when you're really going to...
Yes, first of the year is really when I'm coming out.
And you have a fight already set up or no?
No.
Okay.
Every time, because registered with the USA Boxing, so she'll find out about the
Gotcha. Okay.
Her
Okay.
category is 19 through 40.
Okay. And is your weight classes?
150.
150? All right. That a girl. So anything that you want to share with everyone that I didn't talk about that you want to share about, kids in sports, how it's made a difference in your life, where you see yourself going? Let me ask you this before you do that, because it just jumped out at me. Where do you see yourself going now? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you?
In 5 years, I see myself finishing the college nutritionist and psychology.
So talk about that. What are you doing in
So
college?
I'm actually going to college for nutritionist. I want to
Okay.
go for nutritionist because since I love boxing,
Right.
I also want to learn I love to eat.
Oh man, that a girl.
I love to eat.
Listen, it's
I
my
love to eat.
world.
I mean, you put a big plate in front of me, I will tear it down. I'll tear it down.
I swear to God, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't gamble, but man, do I eat.
Yeah,
I love to eat.
So I love to eat. So
Okay.
I want to know. So I'm going to school for nutritionist to find out healthy ways to eat.
Love it.
I want to eat a lot, but what can I eat a lot of?
Right.
Because I love to eat.
Right.
So, and then for psychologist, I want to go because I want to understand people. I want to get into people's mind. I want to understand, and that's something that I'm going. So in 5
Man.
years, I see me finishing that, going pro, having a couple fights in boxing already, and that's what I want to do. I don't want to finish boxing until I'm at least like in my 40s, but I always want to have a backup plan. And
Right.
Always have.
But and then that could be a career or a
Yes.
side career, right? But also help you in your career
Yes.
as a pro boxer, and I love it. And we actually have a lot more in common than we even realized, because that's my thing. I love food. I grew up
that's
on
my
the East Coast.
weakness.
I mean, it's
I love to eat.
oh
That's
man, that's
I could train all day, but I come home and I'll just eat, and I'm like, I regret it because I'm like, I just worked my butt off,
right.
and I just came home to a big
Right? So everyone out there, you guys are not in the minority, you're in the majority, because I know most of you are in the same boat as us, whether you want to admit it or not. I love food, I love comfort food, and I love it. It makes me feel so good for that moment. And then I feel guilty.
Yeah, and then you regret it.
And then I feel guilty. So, when are you going to be done college? When's college?
College, I just started.
Okay.
I just started, so hopefully, going for 2 years right now at the Menifee one, and then I want to transfer to a 4-year university.
Do you? Oh, okay. Okay.
So,
All right.
so far I already have everything planned. Besides that, my counselor, she already figured everything out for me.
Okay. All right. Good.
So, everything's already set.
So you got the 3 belts. Tell us a little bit about these. What was your first belt?
This one.
This was your first belt.
Yes, that was my first belt, and then it went.
Just in case you can't see it,
That was 2013.
right?
Tell them what it
Okay.
is working with your brother. There's
I was when this belt actually came. When I fought this one, actually my brother, he just had. Was he out?
Yeah,
He had just got out, and he was in my corner.
Okay.
He had It's nice having my brothers. It is tough having my brothers on the corner, but it's nice because it's nice to have support and your family behind your corner.
Right.
It's not always as your coach as, yeah, it's just your coaches. It's not just like, just like, oh yeah, you're my coaches, whatever.
But
It's my brothers, it's my family, where it's not just me feeling like I'm in there alone now. It feels like they're in there with me.
and that really is what the whole club brings, right? Whether it's blood or not, it's still family.
Yes.
Right? It's still family, so you're not by yourself. Even though that's a great point, right? Even though it's an individual sport, and I in wrestling too, you still have that brotherhood, that sisterhood that is hard to duplicate in other ways, other sports even, because you're by yourself, but you still have that team behind you. So how important is that team?
It's honestly, I think it's very important because if it wasn't for them, it's just my oldest brother, he was a boxer.
Okay.
So it's nice for him to show me things that I didn't know. Even though, like, yeah, we might bump heads or whatever in the gym. And
Yeah.
But it's always nice to know stuff that I didn't know.
Okay.
So I think having my brothers is the reason where I'm at today, is why I'm in the boxing, why I'm actually like, where I'm actually have these belts, is because they teach me, they don't give up on me no matter how much I'm like, I'm done. They're
Right.
like, no, you're not. Like,
Right.
you're coming back. Like, yeah,
So
it's
they
always
push.
like, yeah, they always push me. One of the biggest pushers is my mom.
Yeah?
That's one of the biggest pushers.
Because we had her on, right? And that's simple, because that's who she is, right? She gets knocked down and she gets back up. She
Yeah.
gets knocked down, she gets back up. She figures it out. And I just did a video on that this morning, because what I love about Sonia, what I connect with Sonia with is, at the end of the day, victims don't win. Victims never win. So you're either going to be a victim and stay down, or and cry and bitch and moan and blame everybody else, or you're going to get back up, brush yourself off, and become the victor, right? And when you do that, there's nothing in this world, there's no classroom, there's no professor, there's no university in this world that can teach you what life teaches you if you're willing, right? And Sonia, I keep looking over here because Sonia's over the side. That is real monster mode right there. And that's what I love about her. And she's bringing it to her family, right? So she's your biggest support?
Yeah, my mom. She's like, no matter what, I can go out and do this. She'll be like, you know what? You have to come back to boxing.
Right.
She's always, you have to.
What's up, guys? We lost the Wi-Fi again. I don't know what's happening, but Monster Motivator TV is bringing the heat. We're shutting down the internet. So before we lose that again, I just want to, anything else that you want to share before we jump off?
Yes, my mom, the biggest supporter on my team, that no matter what, she's always there. Every time I can go do bad stuff, she's always, you know what, you have to come back to this. You got to stop doing that. This is really what you're here for. You know, God put this in you for you, so now you have to do this.
See, I love that. And also, your mom has lived it. She's been down that road, right? Plenty of times. So to me, that is real wisdom, right? And that's real.
Yes. One thing that she always tells me is don't make the mistakes that I did.
Right.
So that's really what she always says to me. She always says, you know, I see a real talent and you do it. Don't do what I did. Go the other way. You really do this because I really want you to have a future. And
here's the other thing is that's living proof, right? That when you do make a mistake, when you do fall down, because it's life, you can make it. That's what she's all about because she's living proof of that. And that's why I wanted to bring you on, right? At 19 years old, I didn't know at how old were you when you had the job? High school? 17 years old, had a job, going to school, and boxing, right? Yes. I dropped out of high school. I didn't even go to school, right? Because, from freshman year on, I hardly even made it there. So that's a big time kudos to you. That shows a lot of character, and that really stems from your mom. And I can feel the love, right? But that's the real world. That's the real world wisdom, and that's something that you're always going to be able to pull from. And you're going to be able to give that back and pay it forward.
Yeah.
All right. So when we share this, it's going to be 2 parts until we put it together in another day or two. As you guys know, we're going to share it. Reach out to Sandy. Ask her any questions. Find out where they're at. Go up there and support them. I'll be up there, and I'll keep you guys posted as always. Thank you guys for tuning in to Monster Motivator Live. We're a live stream TV show that comes to you. We want to highlight local businesses, entrepreneurs, nonprofits making a difference in their community. We are real, we're alive, and we are raw. So bring it. You know anybody, have them sign up on our website. Have them give me a call. We would love to come out and highlight those stories because this is real. This is the real world. And I love sharing those stories. Plus, I'm a huge boxing fan. So to me, it was a win-win on both ends. Thank you, guys. Keep making it happen. Don't stop. Get up. Wipe yourself off. Don't be the victim. Victims never win. You ready? We're going to do it. Ready? Ready? We're going to do the Monster Motivator roar. You have to make a sound on 3. 1, 2, 3. Atta girl.